Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike Uyak, and I know it's been a little while. I hate editing. We came back from our trip to Japan a month and a half ago now. I'm still getting around to actually editing videos because I really hate editing. So today, I wanted to talk about Yoshoku. I may be putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable there, but Yoshoku, literally Western food. Yoshoku is a category of Japanese food that one could more accurately be described as Japanized food. Western dishes adapted to the ingredients, cooking techniques, and tastes of the local Japanese culture. It's always interesting, though often amusing, confusing, confounding, or downright disturbing, to see how other cultures create their rendition of what they think American food is like. Just as we do theirs, mind you. No aspersions thrown. After all, that stuffed crust, grease laden pineapple, anchovy, and taco meat pizza with provolone that you just ordered bears only a passing topological resemblance to the thin, sparsely topped, lightly charred ovoid that Neapolitans consider the only iteration of pizza worthy of the name. In China, there's no General Tso's chicken to be found; doesn't exist. You can find a California roll in Japan, but that's only because enough Americans asked for it that some places started out offering it on their menu in a sort of chicken laying its own egg sort of situation. Um, some examples of yoshoku are the Hamburg steak, thickish hamburger patty, absolutely drowning in brown gravy and sometimes melted cheese. It's not something we typically go for in the United States, but it used to be. That used to be a thing before someone actually invented the hamburger as we know it. It used to be just a steak in a chopped hamburger steak in the style of Hamburg, Germany, where it didn't actually come from. It was somebody who was sort of paying an homage to a similar dish done in Germany. But the Japanese adopted the dish, made it their own, and it's quite common in yoshoku style restaurants all across Japan. Doria is a sort of a cross between risotto and lasagna in a way, served at some Japanese Italian restaurants. And so the thing that we're going to try today, Omurice, is another example of Yoshoku. The name itself is an adaptation, a sort of Japanese phrase based on their pronunciation of Western words, known as wasai ego. Omu is the short form for omelet, and raisu for rice. So omurice. It is simply an omelet served with a scoop of rice, usually these days over a scoop of rice, and then originally it was served with ketchup, which is why this dish is often cooked at home and popular with kids. It's easy with simple flavors. It originated at a Western style restaurant around the beginning of the 20th century when a chef decided to liven up a plain plate of rice and eggs. That's the way it stayed until 1985, when the comedy film Tampopo was released. In the movie, a half cooked omelet was balanced precariously atop a shaped mound of rice and then cut open to reveal the soft insides. Sort of a French style omelet that's still a little bit goopy on the inside. This idea became so popular, it became the restaurant standard from that point onwards. And it's not hard to see why. They've taken a simple dish and elevated it to performance art. um, the dish rose to the level of viral sensation um, with YouTube videos of Sensei Motokichi Yakimura preparing it in his now with his now infamous flair and boundless energy at his eponymous restaurant Kichi Kichi Omurice. I highly recommend just doing a search for Kichi Kichi on YouTube. You'll find him, and the language barrier is not a problem. You know precisely what he's doing and why at all moments in the video. We did not go to Kichi Omurice when we were in Japan. Not so much because we weren't going to be near. We could have, but he's become such a viral sensation. It's actually hard to get a seat, and you have to reservations are um, he's had to restrict it so that you basically make your reservation the day of, and you better get up early because seats fill up fast. His place is not a huge establishment. Kichi Kichi I think he's only got like 10 seats in the place, at least at the counter, um, and those fill up fast. And to be honest, it's rice and eggs, and he actually replaces the ketchup with a sort of gravy that he makes with demi glace. So it's a little extra, but still, it's eggs and rice and sauce. So he serves other things in the restaurant, but it's a Yoshoku restaurant, and we kind of wanted to do other things, so we didn't end up doing it. Um, Maybe next time, but in the interest of the dish, I'm going to try and make it myself. Starting off with my omelet, little oil in the pan, over medium heat, and I'm going to add my eggs fairly quickly here. I want to start off at a sort of low temperature and keep it at a low temperature. I want these eggs to set up slowly, slowly, slowly. French style omelet is very runny, it's kind of runny in the middle still. So the only way to achieve that is through heat control. So I want this to take a while to set up. So stir it in the middle to kind of get those curds distributed around, and then when it starts to set up a bit, this is where the tricky part comes, using the pan to sort of flip and fold the omelet together. There's a tapping technique that they use at Kichi Kichi Omurice, and yeah, I haven't picked that up. So my omelet's going to be a little sloppy, but pulling it off the heat, and I really should have done this part ahead of time. Here I'm prepping the rice. I just had some cooked rice that I had prepared with some chicken stock and a little bit of a little dash of soy. This is a hamburger patty, and here is my omelet, which, as it turns out, because I let it sit in the pan, carryover cooking took it a little further than I wanted. So it is not runny in the center like it should be, and I'm not even bothering with slicing it down the middle like they do in all the other YouTube videos, because it's not going to flop the way it's supposed to. But this is what I've done. And since I had kind of a disappointing omelet, I decided to dress this up a bit with some furikake. And since I had some rice left over, one of the other things that I've seen on the internet is a cute bear made out of rice. Yeah. Apparently I'm smothering the bear in his sleep. Anyway, I thought I would be cute. It looks sort of cute, but it also looks like he had a horrible accident. Definitely room for improvement there. You'll see other videos if you do this search for Kichi Kichi Omurice, where you see other YouTubers collaborating with Chef Yukimura to actually try and make omurice themselves, and you'll see it takes them multiple tries. I tried twice. So yeah, not going to expect that to be perfect. uh, but not bad. Eggs were a little bit overcooked. Um, my sort of technique is not quite show worthy. The sauce was not perfect, but still pretty decent, considering that it's deceptively simple. I mean, rice that you cook up with a dashi, so it's got some flavor to it. Um, a perfect runny style French style omelet, which takes some practice, and then a sauce which takes some development, and I just threw mine together. So all in all, based on learning how to do it off of YouTube, I think I did pretty well. And then the iteration where I tried to be cute with it with the bear again needs some work. The ones that you see on YouTube memes, um, or on just memes on social media, more than likely they actually have a sleeping teddy bear mold of some sort. So that part was a whole lot easier, and then they've got some practice making the eyes and mouth and all that good stuff. So, um, considering that I am not an experienced garde manger, uh, I think I did okay on that one too. But could be better. Still, it was fun, and it's a relatively, again, people cook this dish in a less fancy form at home for their kids, so it's not that complicated, and it's actually quite tasty. So I recommend trying it out yourself. So that was Omurice, and still trying to motivate myself to edit the rest of the Japan videos, but I'm working on it. And in the meantime, I have other recipes that I am looking at trying to redeem in the future. We'll see when I get to those. Life is life, so it's kind of getting in the way of my filming schedule. But we'll see what I can do this summer. So until next time, I'm Mike Uyak. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time here on Recipe Redemption.